think Warm Springs meant the chance to give himself and other people the possibility of becoming better. It must have created that ideal in his mind that maybe this still will be possible. I will be able to walk again. And most importantly, if he could make life better for other people who were suffering from the same disability that he was, then he could feel that sense of somehow transferring his own sadness into happiness for other people. So Warm Springs became a really important part of his heart and soul. I mean, it was said when he went down there that he was much more at ease with ordinary people. He's talking to people who don't come from his class in life, that even though he'd been in politics before, this was the time when he really created a sense of relationships on an even keel without having to hide that part of himself from the other people because they're sharing the same thing.
He wanted to be a recreational center as well as a treatment center. He wanted to combine the two because when he first came here, see, it was a recreation area. You participated. If you was a new employee, he'd greet you, want to know your name. He'd shake everybody's hand. I don't think he ever forgot a name. He called all the employees in and says, I've got some rules there, that regulations there we want you to respect and go by, and says we'll get along fine. Everybody's to be treated equal, and every client at the campus is to be made as independent as possible. He'd get out in his car and he'd ride all over the community. He got out and met everybody. And if he saw you outside the road, he would toot his horn, say, may I speak to you just a minute? He was either a friend or a neighbor. Just that simple. Down there, you're talking person.
The president come one time in August. It was so warm. He drove right up in front of the drugstore and honked the horn. The young man that was the soda jerk went out to see what he wanted. He said, I'd like a Coke for my friend and myself. It's quite warm. So the young man came out with a Coke, and all of a sudden it dawned on him, this is the President of the United States. He is so nervous he can't hardly hold the waiter. One of those Cokes toppled. He ran back in the store. Then he hid in the storeroom. And Mr. Peters, that was the druggist that owned the store, went out to see what was going on. And the president said, I would like to see that lad again. Could you bring him back out? And he brought him back out, and he said, son, don't be upset about the spilled Coke. Said I was quite warm, and you cooled me off. He had a good sense of humor about that.